Thank you, Ted. And I could go on and on about grandfather Gilruth, but he was a wonderful grandfather because in those days, grandfathers weren't teachers or lecturers or didn't, chastise you. And I have to admit, the story I love telling was that I sucked my thumb until about the age of 6 or 7. And Granddee said, we always called him Granddee, said, Anne doesn't suck her thumb. What you hear at night is a little mouse. And we'll set a trap tonight. Grandmother Gilruth was she was a very good lady, but she was a martinet. And was absolutely horrified that her husband should suggest that there were mice in her house. So anyway, the trap was set, and lo and behold, the next morning there was a mouse in the trap, would you believe? And from that day on, I thought the sun shone out of Grandee's backside. Anyway, he was an absolutely wonderful grandfather. And we also, he used to visit Therebry, which was on the Namoi River. I forget I'm not in New South Wales anymore, in New South Wales. And and his 2 colleagues with whom he founded the CSRO, before it became the CSIRO, Ian McCarris and Sir Ian Clunies-Ross. So, I've had a long collaboration, as it were, or knowledge of the veterinary world, but from the granddaughter's point of view, and I'm very proud of that. And thank you so much. And thank you, Ted, because really, without you, we wouldn't have this wonderful gathering here this afternoon. Ted always refers me to as Tugboat Annie, but that's another story. It's all to do with my career in the BBC.
Stories. With Anne and helping her now is her brother Tony, also the grandson of Dr. Gilruth, and Jan is here. They've come from Tamworth, New South Wales, the 3 of them, and Rachel is here, our niece. And here we have Vivian and John Bird, who've come all the way from New Zealand for this today. Vivian is the granddaughter of a much maligned man, Henry Ernest Carey, who came to Australia with Dr. Gilruth from New Zealand, worked with him in Melbourne at the university, and then came up to Darwin with him, finished up as government secretary. And my overview is that I think of only 2 public servants, and this is a big call, that match his level of competence. One is Reg Layton, arguably the greatest ever Northern Territorian, and Ellen Aiken, who was the government secretary for a while too. But Henry Ernest Carey came here, and he and Judge Bevan and Mr. Evans, the government secretary, were unceremoniously shipped out of Darwin by the unions under the threat of violence, and they went to Melbourne, and then they were unceremoniously and disgracefully sacked by the incompetent federal government of the day. And the facts and the figures are all in here in the book. And so I asked for a real reappraisal of John Anderson Gilruth, Henry Ernest Carey, Judge Bevan, and Mr. Evans, the government secretary, because they seem to me to have been very competent officers who did their job to the best of their ability. And the level of achievement was nothing short of fantastic. Yes, there were very silly mistakes made. They should never have extended the railway from Pine Creek to Catherine. They should have walked the cattle. They should have walked the hundreds of thousands of buffaloes in and processed them at Vestey's Meatworks. But that's all. I speculate because I'm not a historian. I'm what I like to think of myself as a social commentator, and so I look forward as much as I look backwards, and I keep questioning people. Why didn't he do this, and why what would have happened if he'd done that. I really question people like Baldwin Spencer, and he was the eminent anthropologist. And I think he didn't show much wisdom at all. Everything he did was to perpetuate this ongoing protection, which was exploitation of the first Australians against the point where they would no longer exist, and we could forget all about them. But I do ask for a reappraisal of the times, really, because a lot has been written about it, and I think one of the turning points for me certainly was the conference that Jan organised, the Veterinary Council, and she and various veterinary scientists spoke, and this gentleman here, the wonderful Austin Ash, former administrator and former Chief Justice, wrote an amazing paper. I think I've quoted him in total here. I'm sometimes tedious because I did my master's degree on the Culloden Bay killings, and for years I'd heard people mouthing off about this, and I thought, you've got a big reputation, but you don't know what you're talking about. So I went to great lengths to put in long and sometimes entire reports, and I put my point of view about those, and then I invite the reader to say, what do you think? And I do that a lot here. The Ewing Royal Commission was a tedious affair, and so I've covered that. But you've got to remember that all these people, for the only time in their lives, were on oath, covering their entire careers in the Northern Territory. So I'm assuming that they would have taken this very seriously. So I'd like readers to read every word of every answer to every question that was put to these people at the Ewing Royal Commission. So I think I've got to wind up now. Nerissa says,
3 more descendants here, Jeff.
Oh, 3 more nieces. 3 more nieces of the Gilruth. They inherited some good genes. So let's put our hands together for the Gilruth and the Carey and Devon families. And I really hope I'm going to start pushing for a couple of these things. I really hope that we can get a movement to rebuild the old Darwin Town Hall, exactly as it was. And I really hope that we can get suburbs named after people like Dr. Gilruth, and indeed Mrs. Gilruth, who was here at all times with him, achieving, and doing the best job they could possibly do for the Northern Territory. So thank you all for coming today. There are so many distinguished guests. Claire, it's lovely, great to have you back here. She appointed me, so I'm in her debt forever. But it is lovely. I look around and I look at you and I think distinguished guests, because you are. And Nerissa and I are thrilled to be back in Darwin, and at the end of tonight, we didn't go for any finger food because it gets messy on, but we're going over to Hotel Darwin, only 50 metres away, and we've had a spot reserved for us there. You get discounted drinks if you walk up to the bar and you say, Gilruth. Rolling the R, emphasis on the second syllable, and I'm putting on a bit of finger food over there. So I'm going to sit here now, and I'm hoping to sell lots and lots of books, because I went to a wonderful girl in Alice Springs named Casey Heinzel, did the design and layout for me, and she has done a superb job. She reads my mind, and she's only 24, and that's dangerous. But I think it's a beautiful publication, and thanks to people like Sam and the library staff who helped me with the photos, and people at the archives, Francoise, and all the wonderful stuff, Emily Pritchard and all those out there, Catherine. I'm just so grateful for all the assistance that I've had. Charles Darwin University gave me a scholarship to enable me to go to Augmenty and take the photos of the house and really check out the influence of his mother. And I think that's a fascinating read, the influence of Annie Gilruth on John Anderson. And I've been so fortunate in the level of assistance from Heather and all the staff here. And I'd like Emma to give this book to you now on a personal level. So that's the Emma book. And there's a box full of books for the library and for your wonderful staff. Thank you, Emma. Thank you. I have signed I have signed most of the books, I think, and I'll see if we can personalise any that people would like personalised. But don't be frightened of us. $40 for one, 70 for two, 100 for three. The perfect Christmas present. Thank you, folks, and thank you to my wonderful nurse who supports me at all times. Thank you so much. Thanks to our catering staff. Please enjoy a drink.